Okay, good morning, everyone.
Good morning, teacher.
Morning.
Morning, teacher.
Morning, Michelle.
Okay, so please bring out your books. Okay, so open your books on page 32. Okay, but before we go to page 32, let's discuss what we what was discussed last meeting. Okay, let's have a quick review on that. So we have there sovereignty, right? And in sovereignty we have okay three powers under sovereignty, and the first one is the legislative power. Okay, and legislative power is practiced by the parliament. Okay, so the parliament is an institution that uses legislative power. Okay, so we have there a bicameral system. And Thailand uses a bicameral system which consists of the House of Representatives and the Senate. Okay, so we have bicameral system. Okay, which consists of House of Representatives and the Senate. Okay, so both houses are representatives of Thai people. Okay, they are being elected okay by the Thai people. Okay, to use the power legislatively. Okay, so we have there some provisions under the constitution. Okay, also have this one. Okay, and let's go to the House of Representative first. Okay, so their main role is okay to examine okay the bills or draft bills. Okay, examine the bills of organic law. Okay, or draft bills of organic law and other draft bills. Okay, so it's also their duty to control the state administration, such as consulting with the ministers. Okay, so they are it's their job to question or uh, it's their job to see whether these ministers or council ministers are doing their job. Okay, and the council ministers are under the administrative power. Okay, we will discuss that later. Okay, and the Senate. Okay, so we have here. Okay, we the Constitution. Under the Constitution, we have 150 members of the Senate. Okay, again, it's their job is similar to a House representative. Okay, but their bills, okay, they consider these bills that already have been approved or considered, okay, by the House of Representatives. Okay, also number two. Okay, so similar. They have similar roles and duties as the okay. What do you call this one? The House of Representatives. Okay. So another one of their duties is also provide suggestions to the king in appointing a committee. Okay, committee or a person who is or a person who will be in a okay important position. Okay, but still it's the final decision of the king, but they can provide suggestions. Okay, number four. Okay, they also have the power to impeach a person holding a political position. Okay, so when they say impeach, this means okay they can remove that person in his position, his or her position. Okay, so positions like the prime minister, the high-ranking positions under okay uh, administrative or even judicial and legislative. Okay, so members of the House of Representatives and Senate are elected. Okay, representatives of the people. Okay, so again, so this goes back down to uh where what do you call this, where the people has the, I mean the sovereignty, the power of sovereignty belongs to the people because they elect representatives such as, okay, members of the House of Representatives and the senators. Okay, so they work in parliament to use legislative power on behalf of the people. So next one, let's continue with the administrative power. Okay, so under administrative power, they are the, okay, council of ministers, or they are the government. Okay, provided by the constitution to stipulate the policy specified uh, in the constitution and govern the country in accordance with the constitution, laws, and policies announced to the parliament. Okay, so their duty is to, okay, of course, run the country. Okay, govern the country. Okay, in accordance with the constitution, of course, with the laws and policies. So we have here a picture of the government house. Okay. So what are the roles and duties of a council minister? Okay, um, so one of their duties is to present the policy to the parliament. Okay, so again, right? So we discussed that the parliament, the senators or the House of Representatives, okay, are uh, examining whether this policy is, okay, compatible or applicable, okay, or is against the or is in line with the constitution. Okay, also they should be compatible with the duties of the state. Okay, state policies, national strategy, financial status of the state. Okay, so it's the role of the council ministers to present the policies to the parliament first. Okay, and number two, okay, comply with the provisions of the constitution. So they should run the community, okay, on their governing areas. Okay, they should run and may and they should run the country or the area. Okay, it should be under the constitution, under the law, okay, and general policies presented to the parliament. Okay, so shall also respect the following principles. These are the principles. Please read. Chiwik. Okay, to perform. Start here.
To
Chiwik.
perform the duty and use the power with regard to honesty, satisfy,
Sacrifice. Okay.
satisfy, transparency, and carefulness
Okay.
for
Utmost.
utmost, utmost benefit of the country and the public.
Okay, so they should perform their duties with honesty. Okay, so they should also sacrifice. So they should be transparent to the people. Okay, so they shouldn't be hiding anything from the people because they are, okay, serving the government or the people. Okay, so they shouldn't be corrupt. They should be willing to sacrifice. Okay, and they should be careful because their decisions would of course affect the whole country and the people. Okay, next one is to perform any affairs relating to the state revenue as provided by the law. Okay, the council ministers shall maintain monetary and financial disciplines strictly. Okay, so when they say state revenue, okay, these are the uh, things related to the income of the community. Let's say they are taxes. Okay, so they are the ones who are okay taking care of the taxes and how is the budget, okay, being spent. Okay, so that's why it says here, okay, they shall maintain the monetary, okay, and financial disciplines strictly. Okay, so they should make sure that the money of the people or the taxes, okay, are being used properly. Okay, so they are not being spent on things that are not for the people. Okay, so next one we have is, okay, the council ministers shall hold and comply with the good public governance principle. Okay, so they also should encourage state and private agencies to live together, okay, in the society with regard to fairness, happiness, and unity. Okay, so state, when they say state, these are like government owned agencies. Okay, should be, okay, shouldn't be going against a private agency or vice versa. Okay, a private agency shouldn't be, okay, going against the state agency. Okay, so they should have fairness. Okay, so that there will be, of course, there will be happiness and unity. So the third role here is when there are important issues regarding the state administration, the council ministers agrees to, okay, listen to the opinions of the members of the house, or let's say just the parliament. Okay, because the parliament, we have the House of Representatives, okay, or the senators. Okay, so of course, the on the other hand, okay, the members or the parliament also, okay, it's their role or duty to give opinions on how to run the, okay, or uh, how to, okay, run the, or administer, how to administer, okay, their respective areas. Okay, so if there are suggestions of the parliament, okay, it's the job of a council minister to, okay, listen to their opinions. Okay, so in number 4, okay, when there is a reasonable cause, a referendum shall be held when the subject matter of a referendum is inconsistent with the constitution. Okay, so when they say referendum, that would be like a direct vote from council minister. So they will take votings, but only with reasonable cause. Okay. So here is a picture of the council ministers. Okay, with the prime minister. Okay, so we now move to, okay, page 32, which is the, what is on page 32? We've already discussed the legislative power, okay, the administrative power, and the last one would be, what is it? Aim. What is, okay, the third branch of sovereignty, under sovereignty? Okay, what power is that? Aim. What is on page 32? Let's ask Chompu. What is on page 32? So we're done with legislative power, administrative power, and the last one would be Kim. What is the last one? Page 32. Okay, just please read your screen, Kim. What is this? We have the okay. I'll get back to you, Kim. Let's ask Bacon. What is the last one here on page 32? It is the
Judicial power.
judicial. Okay, it's read as judicial power. Okay, so this is the last one. Uh, for Thailand, judicial power is certified by all constitutions. Okay, with the court. Okay, so the judicial power is practiced through the courts. Okay, with the courts as an institution to use judicial power to judge cases of dispute from the enforcement of laws. Okay, so you have there the court system of Thailand consists of four systems. And what are these four systems? Okay, or what are these four courts? Chewik, what are these four courts?
Yes, again, please.
Okay,
What what is your question?
what are the four systems or four courts under judicial power? They are four
They
courts.
are
So we have here on your screen.
constitutional court,
Okay, what
court
else?
of administrative court,
And
and military court.
okay, very good. So we have there the four systems or four courts under the judicial power. Okay, so let's discuss them individually. So number one, the Constitutional Court. So the Constitutional Court consists of the president and 8 judges. Okay, so these people are appointed by the king. Okay, and again, upon the advice of the Senate. So remember, the Senate, one of the role of the Senate is to give advice to the king on what do you call this? Appointing people. Okay, uh, appointing positions to people. Okay, so each has a maximum term of 9 years. Okay, so and they can only take this position once. Okay, and a judge must be older than 70 years old. Okay, so of course, also this indicates that a judge should be experienced. Okay, in judging cases, preparing the verdicts, there must be at least 5 constitutional judges. Okay, so when they say verdict, these are the result of the hearing or the result of the case. Okay, when everyone presents uh, their cases. Okay, so there would be a verdict. Okay, whether this one they so when they say verdict, they will now choose okay who is right or who is wrong. Okay, something like that. So there must be a 5 constitutional judges present on the verdict. Okay, so the verdict of constitutional court is according to a majority vote. Okay, so between the judges, unless there is other provision stated by the constitution. Okay, so we have here a picture of the constitutional court with the judges. Okay. So, what are the rules of the Constitutional Court? These are the following. First one, judge conflicts related to authority and duties of two or more parties. Okay, between the Parliament, the Council Ministers, or non-court organizations provided in the Constitution. Okay. Uh, So let's say when there are conflicts between, let's say, the parliament within themselves, okay, so between the senators or the House of Representatives, okay, or between the council ministers, okay, and other non-court organizations, okay, it's the job of the Constitutional Court to judge their conflicts, okay. So we have here, uh, okay, judge the cases that any provision of law, the rules, or the process of drafting law is not accordance with the Constitution. Okay, so if there are like rules, I mean, yes, okay, rules or laws that are on the process of drafting, okay, they are not like in accordance with the law, okay, it's the job of, okay, the Constitutional Court, okay, to maybe abolish this law, or okay, not continue, or not to continue with this, or on approving this law. Okay, so this is for number 3. Next one here, we have judge cases about the membership or the qualification of members of the parliament, the ministers, and the election commission. Okay, so we have there we have these positions, right? We have parliament, senators, and House of Representatives, the council ministers, okay, and also the election commission. Okay, so if a person, I mean, if a member of either of these three is or did something that is not that makes him or her disqualified in his position, okay, it's the job of the Constitutional Court, okay, to do this case, okay. So next one we have here is judge whether any treaty needs to get an approval from the parliament, okay. So next one we have the Court of Justice, okay. So the Court of Justice, okay, we have three courts under the Court of Justice, okay, 3 levels of courts. So the first level is, please read Pi. What is the first level of under the Court of Justice? Anyone? So Obama, what is the first level of court under the Court of Justice? This one.
Please,
Yes, please read.
the court of first instance,
Instance.
beginning of
Yeah, you can
instance,
stop there. Okay, so you have there the first level. Okay, that's why it's called the court of first instance. Okay, so for instance, we have there, okay, civil cases, criminal cases, and other special cases. Okay, so let's say there is a crime committed. Okay, so this will automatically go to the court of first instance. Okay, there is a crime, like let's say someone is accused of crime. Okay, someone filed a case to someone which is a criminal case. Okay, so this goes to court of first instance. So this is just within everyone, like every citizen. So this applies to every citizen. So the first one we had is like the Constitutional Court. So this applies to some of the people under parliament and what do you call this, parliament and administration. Okay, so but for the Court of Justice, okay, they are applicable to the regular citizens. Okay, Okay, and next one we have aim. Please read the second level.
The the cloud of appeal.
Okay, you can stop there. Thank you. Very good. So, we have for 2.2 the Court of Appeal. Okay, so this is the court of authority to judge cases that plaintiff or the defendant. So when they say plaintiff, this is the person who filed a case against the defendant. Okay. Okay, so the court of authority to judge the cases that plaintiff or the defendant, okay, appeals the verdict or judicial order of the court of first instance. Okay, so when they, let's say, on the first level, okay, there is a criminal case, and they have they and the verdict on this first instance is, okay, uh, the defendant is not guilty. Okay, so let's say the defendant is not guilty or the accused. Okay, so next, no, next say the the what they call this, the plaintiff or the person who filed the case can go to the court of appeals. Okay, and he can say he can, okay, maybe provide more evidence against the defendant. Okay, and then of course the court of appeal will review this. Okay, and if it passed the court of appeals, okay, for rejudging, okay, it will go to a higher level, which is the Supreme Court. Okay, the Supreme Court. So please read the Supreme Court, Guy. The highest. The highest. Well, let's ask. Bacon, please read. The Supreme Court.
The Supreme Court,
No, the
the
highest. Yes.
yes court, and has the
Authority.
authority to
Judge.
judge
Yes.
and
Rejudge.
assess the verdict of the Supreme Court.
Is final. Okay, so like I said, okay, so we have there the Supreme Court. Okay, if it passes the Court of Appeal, it will go to the Supreme Court. Okay, so they have the high. This is the highest court and has the, okay, authority. So when they say highest court, still under Court of Justice. Okay, highest court and has the authority to judge and rejudge cases. Okay, the verdict of the Supreme Court is final. Okay, so it cannot be reversed. Okay, so like the example we had. So if let's say a criminal case and the defendant, okay, was proven not to be guilty. Okay, the plaintiff or the person who filed the case can, okay, go to the Court of Appeals. Okay, and they will review the case. Okay, and if it passed the review, okay, they will go to the Supreme Court. Okay, and when the Supreme Court says, okay, the defendant is guilty. Okay, when they say the defendant is guilty, it can no longer be reversed. Okay, so the Supreme Court is final, the verdict. Okay, next one. Let's move to the administrative court. Okay. So for administrative court, the judicial organization that has, okay, this is the judicial organization that has the authority to judge the following administrative disputes or administrative cases. Okay, so when they say administrative disputes, okay, So these are the conflicts between the government itself. Okay, so administrative, let's say the council ministers within themselves. Okay, so they can file cases against each other. Okay, when they see like maybe someone is corrupt. Okay, and also other administrative cases. Okay, so when they say administrative cases, this refers to disputes between a private individual, okay, and an administrative agency or state official. Okay, so let's say, for example, the people of a province is filing a case against their governor. Okay, because they think that the governor is corrupt. Okay, so the people can file a case against their governor. So this case fall under the administrative court. Okay, because of course that governor is under the administration or under the government or serving under the government. Okay, so dispute between a private individual. Okay, so these are just regular citizens. Okay, against a administrative agency or state official. Okay, so again, a governor is a state official. Okay, so this is the first case here, or it can also be a dispute between administrative agency and a state official themselves. Okay, just like what I said earlier. So let's say the council ministers, okay, they can file a case against each other. Okay, so this sums up the administrative court. Okay, and the last one we have is what is the last one, Chiwik?
Yes, teacher.
What is the last one, number 4? Please read.
Military court.
Okay, military court. They have the power to, please continue reading.
Has the power to judge a criminal case of whether is a person holding military position and other case as stipulated by law.
Okay, so military court. So this is different. Uh, so this is a case, okay, or a criminal case that has when a person is under a military position. Okay, so let's say a high-ranking officer in the military, and he committed a crime. Okay, crime against maybe citizens. Maybe he shoots someone. He shot someone. Okay, or he murdered someone, and he is let's say a military officer. Okay, so this will automatically go to the military court. Okay, so you can see here, the offender is a person holding a military position. Okay, so next meeting we will be, okay, so you can see here summary, but we'll discuss this one more time next meeting. Okay, before we move to the balancing of power between these three branches under under sovereignty. Okay, so that would be all for today. Okay, are there any questions? Can ask me questions regarding the lesson. Any questions? Okay, so let me just check the attendance first. So we have AIM. Well, we still have time. 2 minutes. Okay, so let me just check the attendance. So up here. 2-1. This is section 1, right? So could you please tell me your class numbers? Okay, AIM, what is your class number, AIM?
Number 9.
Okay, number 9. How about Akira? What is your class number?
22.
22? 22, right? Okay, Bacon, what is your class number?
11.
11. Okay. Chompu, class number, please. Chompu. Okay, Guy, what is your class number?
4.
4 for Guy. Okay, do you know what is the class number of Chompu? Okay, JJ 19. Kim, what is your class number?
8.
8 for Kim. Okay, Obama, what is your class number?
20.
20. Okay, we have Put. What is your class number?
10.
10. Okay, Satang, class number?
6 here, 6.
6. And Choek is, what is your class number?
3.
3. Okay, do you know what is Shompu's class number? Anyway, I'll just recheck it later. Okay, so that would be all for today. I'll be seeing you again next meeting. Bye, everyone.
Goodbye, teacher.
Goodbye,
Bye.
teacher.
Bye, teacher.
Bye bye.